Hey guys, how y'all doing? It's Chris and Gia back again with you guys. So for another quick one. And today it's about what are the top 3 directions that you could take your 401k, right? Okay, cool. So let's get to it. So we already kind of talked about the 401k. You know, that's your employer, that's your retirement account that you have that's sponsored by your employer. You know that the thing about them is that there's not as many options, good options that we can have in terms of getting good returns. So all of the options that we have, there are a lot of funds, and we know that mutual funds tend to be high grossing fees and not as good returns for the fees that they charge, but of the options that we do have, there are 3 that you can consider. So here are the 3. So the first one is index funds, right? You can just get you a nice cheap index fund, right? That's either mirrors the US stock space, or it can be emerging stocks or international stocks, whatever. But it's a nice cheap index fund. And what I mean by cheap is that the expense ratio, when you look into these funds, they'll have the what they call a prospectus, which is basically just a description about the fund, which has all the stocks that are in the fund. And they'll tell you how much they charge you to manage that fund. And that's the expense ratio. So all you need to know is the lower, the better. And usually cheap index funds have low expense ratio. So that's what you're looking for. Second direction is that you can actually go towards a more actively managed mutual fund, right? And so that's where it takes a little bit more homework to kind of search and find out the ones that are really good. And you want to also stay with the broad market. So you want to make sure that it's US stock based or emerging or international. Just make sure it's just a broad fund. But the key things that you want to make sure you're looking at is, one, expense ratio needs to be low, because those fees are crazy. So you want a low expense ratio, at least less than 1%. You want a low share turnover, less than 60%. That means the fund guy is not over there buying and selling a whole bunch of stuff all the time. And you want a good long-term track record of performance, meaning that, in the past they've been doing pretty good. Of course, the past doesn't predict the future, but I mean, you need something to tell you that they're going to go in the right direction. So that's something. And then 4, you want a fund manager that has, some experience in the game. He's been in the game for at least 4 to 5 years, kind of has some experience, things like that. So that's what you're looking for if you want to go the direction of an actively managed fund, like a mutual fund. And then the third option is to just buy a bond fund, right? So that's a fund that just has a bunch of bonds, different types of bonds, treasury, corporate, whatever type of bonds, right? So you get you a nice good income, and it's pretty with minimum risk. So for me, you guys know my pick. I go for the first one, go for a low cost index fund. It's simple. You find one, expense ratio is low, plug it in there, and then just let the rest be. Put in at least the match that your company is getting. And then for me, I take the rest out and I deal with it outside of it. So that's it, guys. I hope y'all got value from it. I hope that was useful. If you did, find me on my website, chrisandgia.com, your name and an email address in there. Be sure to send you my free bonus report, 7 easy breezy ways to force you to save more money every month, if you don't like to. So till next time, guys, love you guys, be blessed, and stay hungry.